All right, so today we are going to be talking about cells. And when it comes to cells, one of my mentors always says to us, the first cell is the cell that you make to yourself. And what he means by that is we don't always wake up feeling like doing the work. We don't always wake up feeling like, you know what, today I have energy and I'm going to go and I'm going to talk to people. So you actually have to sell the idea of waking up and going out and showing up for yourself, to yourself, before you can even sell to another person. So that's what it means when we say the first sell you make is to yourself, because you would have convinced yourself that, you know what, today I'll wake up and I will do this. And it's not always easy. Sometimes you're not feeling well. Sometimes you're feeling overwhelmed. You're feeling tired. You're feeling bent out. But you have to sell yourself that idea to say, you know what, today we have to do this and you have to agree. So before you can go out, you have to accept the idea yourself. You have to get it into you to say, okay, today we are going to do this. Because if you go out and you haven't, made up your mind that you want to do the activities, you'll find there sometimes that you go out, you get to the mall, and you end up shopping instead of actually doing contact marketing. It does happen because you went there, but you had not made up your mind that, you know what, today I want to get 10 new numbers or I want to do this. Then you find yourself wasting time and doing other things that are not productive. Or you get on your phone and instead of calling people, you end up on social media. Before you know it, the day is over. So you always have to make up your mind to say, you know what, today I'm doing this. And once your mind is made up, you are then able to show up and actually make a sell. So let me know in the chat there if that makes sense to you, if you've ever been in that situation where you went out saying I'm collecting numbers and you ended up shopping or doing other things. Just share with me in the chat. But today I want to talk about sales. And what my mentor always says is the purpose of business is to find and keep customers. Why? Because we are in this business to make money. Everyone here wants a profit. So if you are going to be making money, what is it that you need to do? You need to be finding customers that are buying the product, because when they buy the product, you are making the profit from the sales. And it's not about just finding customers. You also need to learn to retain the customers so that they become repeat customers. So imagine if you are running a business that has no repeat customers, it means every time you need to make a sale, you must go and find a new customer. Every time you need to sell to Joe, you're looking for a new person that is going to buy to Joe. And that is going to be a lot of work. So you find your customers, but you need to keep customers. And how do we keep the customers? This is a training that Dr. Chisenga also shared with us in terms of how we treat our customers will determine whether they stay. If you just find customers and you don't follow up, you don't check on them, hi, you bought the tooth gel, how is it working for you? Next time you can't even approach that person to buy another product or to introduce a new product. So it's not just about finding customers only, it's also about how do we retain the customers that we have. And when we are talking about customers, it's not just any customer, because we want to find customers with money, customers with money, because it doesn't help you to go out. You are getting contacts, and these people, they don't have money, they are not buying. Then you have a contact list of 1,000 people that you're saying, no, these are my contacts. I collected them from contact marketing. They are my network and future customers, and they go months without ordering anything. So when you are looking for customers, you want to find people that have the buying power for the product that you are selling. So when you are finding customers with money, what is it that you are looking at? You are looking at what product am I selling, and this product, what should be my target market? Who are the people that can afford the product that I'm selling? Because if you just get people and you want to sell C9, you are just getting people on the street, and everyone is just like, no, it's too expensive, it's too expensive, it's too expensive. It means you didn't take the time to think about, okay, this is my product. Which customer do I know that has the money to buy the product? That becomes the target bucket. So when I'm finding customers, I'm not just finding anyone. I am finding customers who are my target market, customers who are most likely to buy the C9. It doesn't mean that you're not going to sell to gel. You can still sell the to gel and the other products, but you have to understand target market. What product am I focusing on, and who is my ideal customer for that product? Those are the people that you are looking for. So in 2026, let's do our business more intentional. It's not about let me just go and collect as many numbers as I can. Where are you going to collect those numbers also matters. And for you to know that, you need to sit down and ask yourself, who is my ideal customer? What kind of person would want this product that I'm selling? So I know Coach Gwen sells C9. She's always at the gym. Why? Because that is where she finds her ideal customers. People that have already invested in gym membership and personal training. Those are the people that are looking to better their health. They are the people that understand that, you know what, I need to manage my weight, I need to cleanse my system, I need to eat healthy. So they understand the value of the product, and they are customers that have the money to buy the product. But someone who is at home relaxed, yes, they might be needing C9, but they are not even bothering to do anything to change their situation. Sometimes it's so difficult to convince people like that why they need the product. So who is your ideal customer? Who are they, and what do they look like? You know, if it's C9, if it's skincare, whatever you are focusing on, ask yourself those questions, even with prospects. So it doesn't just apply to customers. Who is your ideal business partner? What type of people do you want to work with? Who are they? What do they look like? Will you recognize them when you see them to say, this type of person, I think I can work with in my business? Because once you also understand that, you also understand how to present yourself to that kind of person. Because sometimes we find ourselves in the right place, but wrong presentation. So if you want to work with corporate people, maybe you want them to be your prospects, your business partners, or you want them to be your customer, you have to understand what they look like so that when you show up, you also show up with the right presentation, from your dressing, your appearance, what you are going to say, the products that you're going to pitch, how you are going to pitch your business. So if you are like me, you are focusing on the corporate market. What you know is one, most of the time they are dressed for business. It means I cannot show up there with a crop top and jeans because already I have disqualified myself. Maybe you will find one or two that will listen to you, but the nature of how they dress, how they look, already just by looking at you, they don't connect because they'll be like, who's here in this office building with this crop top and jeans? So already I know that, okay, if I'm going to go to these people today, I need to dress up business. Okay, even if it's casual, I need to look smart, I need to look modest, I need to look neat and put together when I show up there. Because when I show up there, then I'm not like sticking out. It doesn't also kill my confidence. Have you ever been to a place where you show up, you are not dressed accordingly? Maybe there was a theme and you didn't follow the theme. How out of place do you feel? And do you even feel like maybe you can't be talking to the people there because you feel like, oh, I look so different from everyone? And it actually kills your confidence, then you're not able to network. Has that ever happened to you? Let me know in the chat if you've ever experienced that. So, in simpler terms, we're just saying understand who you want to work with so that when you show up to them, they are able to connect and relate to you. Do not worry about who is buying. Worry about who you are talking to. So focus on making sure that you are talking to the right people. Okay, that is the first part. Only one person in the chat, Miss Kavita. Thank you so much. At least I know that I have people in the chat. Um, So once you understand that business is all about finding and keeping customers, you know the type of customers that you want or the type of person that you are looking for as a business partner. The second thing that you then do is you need to approach them or make contact with them. Okay. I always recommend to say call, do not text. Don't send a WhatsApp. If you have their number, make a call. You would rather call them and they say, I'm sorry, I'm busy right now, but at least you have made a call, then they can give you another time to call, or then you can just leave a message to say, I was calling for this and this and this. But don't be like what do they call it? Like a bot. You are just texting everyone. No. Make sure that you are calling people, either WhatsApp call, normal call, but call to make an appointment. So you're saying, hi, I'm Heather. We met today. I would like to make an appointment with you. When you are free, you can let me know a time. Then they can suggest to say, okay, no, I'll be free on this day. You schedule a one-on-one meeting with them, or you can invite them to Zoom, or you can just call to ask them if they'll be willing to watch a video and all of that. But you are doing it over the phone. The reason why I say you must call is for the prospect or customer to hear your voice. It's very different when it's just you texting. When they hear your voice, they are able to connect and they are most likely, going to listen to what it is that you want to say. So call them and make an appointment. Find out what people want, then help them get it. So I think this is something that we were chatting with one of the managers in the group. And she was saying that, you know what, I always assume that people join Forever because they want money. And it's not always like that. So for me, what I've done with my presentations, for those that do their own presentations, I have three, let's just say four different presentations. Same slides, but different focus. One focuses on people that are looking for money. One focuses on people that are looking for health. One focuses on people that are looking for time freedom. One focuses, it's just a custom one that I can always change at any point, especially if I'm going to be collaborating with someone. So those are the four presentations that I have. And what I do is before I just come and present to you what I want to present to you, remember you're going to be talking to this person. When you met, when you gave them a call, you're trying to understand what is it that they want, what is it that they are lacking. And then when I go there, I know that no, Heather is not looking for money. Heather is looking for health. So I take out my presentation that is focused on health. My presentation that is focused on health has my story about how I've struggled with my heart and my weight so that they are able to relate to what I am saying. But if I go to someone who is looking for health and I'm just talking about you can make a lot of money in forever, they are not going to connect and they are not going to buy, most likely, or they are not going to join because they will just be listening to your presentation and saying, oh, but I have money. So if I have money, then there's no need for me to join forever. So make sure that before you just get to people and give them what you want to give them, understand what is it that they are looking for so that you can tailor your approach to their needs. Then you are helping them to say, okay, you are looking for health. This is how you can partner with us to better your health. You are now showing them the products that you have that can support their health. You are telling them how they can partner with Forever so that they can get these products at a discount and how they are going to get a link that they can share with their network that is also looking for the same products. That's how you get them on board. Okay, then don't walk in and tell them what they need. So we always have that thing of prejudging people. And sometimes you look at someone and you're like, this one needs C9. Only to find out some people are actually happy with their weight like that. Some people actually like being, the way that they are, and they're not even trying to lose the weight. So don't always assume that you know what they want. Don't walk in and tell them, no, I think when you need C9. Listen to what it is that they want. Then come. I don't know what's happening with my voice these days. So sales is 80% listening and 20% talking. You have to understand it's not about you, it's about the customer, it's about the prospect. In as much as Forever has been good to you and you've made a lot of money, it is not about you. It is about the customer, the prospect, and it's about understanding what they want, their problems, and you present a solution that meets that need. Okay, my laptop is telling me I have 10 minutes left. So, in order to sell something, you need to first understand the customer and customize the pitch based on their needs. That is why I was saying that for presentations, for prospects, I have different presentations. And sometimes when I know that maybe I'm going to Cape Town, it's a ladies' event, I go and I tweak my presentation again. I add more pictures of us as women in our teams, as women that have their husbands that are also supporting them in business so that they can see, oh, okay, there's community, there's other women, and then they relate. So you don't always assume that that one presentation that you have, you are going to use it everywhere. Have more than one presentation. Take the time to adjust your presentation every time you need to. And remember, people buy from people. They are not buying from Forever directly. They are buying from you. So they want to do business with someone they like, trust, and can relate to. That is why I was saying you have to find out who's your customer, what do they look like, and be presentable enough for them to relate to you. Build a good rapport and always be authentic and genuine. This is something I always say. Do your business with integrity. Don't mislead people. Don't lie to them. Tell them the truth. If there is a product that they want that doesn't do what they wanted to do, let them know. Don't just be that person that is, because I want to make the sale, because I want the money, because that's how you end up with customers, but they are not repeat customers. And remember, we said for the business to grow, you have to find customers and keep customers. So it's not just about making the sale today. Okay. I think, why is my slide not moving? Um, this is, I hope, the last slide. Open-ended questions are key. I think you would have heard this a lot of times because if you ask, who did you see the movie with? The person will say Heather. And now you have to start again. What was your favorite part of the movie? Is a different question because then they are explaining, at least then from there you can take it up, you see? Or when did you see the movie? They'll just say yesterday. So let's apply that to the presentation. When did you see the presentation? Yesterday. Then you must ask again, okay, what do you think about it? And but if you go and you say, what was your favorite part of the presentation? They're going to say, I liked the incentives, I did this, I did, then it opens up a dialogue. So open-ended questions are always key because they allow you to really get to know the customer or the prospect. So you can get the customer talking and find out more information than you would when you ask a straight question. So, what does your current health or what does your current life look like? Maybe that is someone who's interested in weight loss. You ask them that, they're going to tell you maybe they are not active, they are what, they are explaining to you what is it that their health looks like. What are some of the challenges you are currently experiencing? Then they can tell you, I've been exercising or I've been trying to eat healthy, but I can't stay consistent, all those things. So, how you ask your questions matter. Because if you say, are you looking to lose weight? Yes. How many kilos do you want to lose? 5. It doesn't teach you anything about the person, but how you ask your questions. You see, now when you say, what improvements are you looking to make in your life? Now it opens them to talk and talk and talk. And when they are talking, you are picking up what they need. So don't ask closed-ended questions because that you do when you are ready to close the sale. So after you've asked them, what does your current life look like? What are the challenges that you are facing? What improvements are you looking to make? Then you can pitch the C9. And then when you are done and you are ready to close the sale, that's when you can ask a closed question like, when can I bring the box? That does not require explanation. It's just a straight question. But don't start conversation with just closed questions. So it's very important how you ask your questions and show value to the customer. If you're going to build customers and prospects, you need to promote the value of your products or services. Okay, so your sell has to be the value that it is adding to the other person. So spend time focusing on the aspects of your product that have the greatest relevance to each customer. So if you wanted C9 to kickstart your weight loss, that is what I must explain mostly about the C9. or about the aloe vera gel or whatever product, yes, it's going to have a lot of benefits that it has, but because you are interested in this one, that is the one that I will explain more. I will still mention the other benefits, but I put more focus or put more emphasis on the stuff that is relevant to you. If you are looking for extra income, I will do the forever presentation. I will still tell you that it's good for your health. I will still tell you about the time freedom, but I will emphasize on more on how you make the money, because what you are looking for is money. Then I will show you how to get the money. So emphasize on what the person needs. And I think this is the last one. Follow up. Make sure you're following up. I won't say much about this because we had a session earlier this week about following up. So 80% of sales require 5 follow-up calls after the first meeting. So if you are not following up, it means you are losing the money. And 44% of salespeople give up after the first attempt. They assume that when the customer says, I will get back to you, then you assume that maybe they are not interested, or you wait for them to get back to you. And most times when a customer says, I'll get back to you, they never really do. It's only when you call them again and you're like, oh, you said you'll purchase, then they're like, oh, thank you so much for reminding me. So don't always assume that when your customer says, I'll get back to you, and then you just keep quiet. You have to follow up. And part of doing that is you have to be consistent with your follow ups. When you speak to the customer, find out from them to say, okay, maybe they said I'll get back to you when I have money. You can then ask them, when do you think you will be able to purchase the product? Then I can set a reminder so that I can remind you. Then it doesn't feel like you are bothering them because they've agreed to you doing the following up. If it's a hot lead, you want to follow up within a few days. Don't wait until it's a week and then you're calling, hi, this is Heather. Do you remember me? We met 2 weeks ago. Where? Sometimes they've already forgotten you. So how much time you take before you do your follow-ups actually also matters. Okay, so that is it for today. I think we have 1 minute left. Just let me know if you found